Hey guys, this is Cam here. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing this video in the middle of lockdown, and a few of you have been requesting a gear video to see what I would have taken on the PCT had I been able to go. So with the bit of spare time I currently have, I thought I would do that today. There's a nice light outside, and I kind of felt psychologically ready to take out all the gear that I was gonna take. So here goes. I've got a bit of a DIY setup here, so let's see how it goes. A bit of a disclaimer before I start. Quite a lot of my gear was actually waiting for me at Scout and Frodo's. Scout and Frodo are a trail angel couple living in San Diego, and I was gonna stay with them for a couple of nights before starting the PCT. So starting with the pack I chose in the end was the Gossamer Gear Kumo. This is just a little bit awkward, isn't it? So it's a 36-liter pack. Gossamer Gear was very, very kind to gift it to me. We met a couple of years ago, and Grant just sent me this pack because I wanted to try something smaller compared to the Gorilla, which is a 40-liter pack, which I've been using and really love. So that's the Kumo. I've done a couple of modifications. It came with straps here on each side, but they weren't elastic straps, so I've changed them for elastic straps, and I've also added an extra one so that I was able to attach more stuff to the pack. So that's it here, and on the back I've replaced the original pad for 2 panels of the Z-Lite Thermarest. And that works as a sit pad as well when I'm just sitting for a break. On the outside of the pack, I think here, I would have attached my... Yeah, so I really haven't thought this through. So on the outside of the pack, I would have attached my Thermarest Z-Lite, which I have cut down to less panels in order to minimize the weight. My trekking poles, they are black diamond. Attached here I've got the Kula cloth, which is a pea cloth. If you don't know about pea cloth and you're a woman, then I really recommend you look into that. Kula cloth. Out here in the top pocket I put my wallet. This is a Z-Packs wallet. It's super light. We have the mesh pocket in the front. I have some gloves. They're just cheap heads gloves that was gonna do me for most of the desert, and then I was gonna swap for warmer gloves for the Sierras and Washington. Then I have a Gossamer Gear beanie. This is my buff. It's a merino wool buff by Icebreaker. My bamboo spoon by Gossamer Gear. I used to use I think it was Sea2 Summit titanium spoon, but because I like to have my spoon in the mesh pocket, I was always really scared that it was gonna tear the mesh, so I've opted for this. And Gossamer Gear sent it to me, so that was really nice. I also like that it's wood. It kind of feels a bit more eco-friendly. Outside in the mesh pockets, I also keep my Sawyer Squeeze. That's a mini. I considered getting the full-size one, but I was just gonna see how it was gonna do for me the first few 100 miles and then swap for a bigger one if I felt the flow wasn't as good. Then here I have 2 Nocvecto bladders. Lots of people use them. I really like them. I know some people are not that keen on them. I just like that you can refill them much quicker and easier than a rigid bottle. And I also like that they're collapsible. I also have a trowel here to dig cat holes. It's by Juice of Spades, the Tent Lab. Yeah, really, really straightforward. I think that's the go-to trowel. And on the outside I also have my first aid kit. So in there I have paracetamol, ibuprofen, blister, plasters, my blood donor card. I actually make a point of carrying that because I'm a universal donor. I'm O negative, so I want to have that. Hay fever tablets, some earplugs, I also have cold sore cream because I always get cold sore with the sun, and also some needles, safety pins, and some thread. And that's used for repair for clothes, but also to pop any blisters if I get any, which I usually don't anymore, but yeah. Then on the outside pocket, I also have my Nalgene bottle. That's a 1 liter one. And I also was planning on taking a water bottle, like a plastic one for the desert. And more importantly, this little top so that I could back flush my soya squeeze. But that's really only for the longer water carries. I wouldn't carry this the whole way. So now I'll just go through what's in the actual pack. Obviously there isn't food because I'm not going anywhere today, nor am I going to go anywhere in the foreseeable future. First of all, my electricals. So that's a Z-Packs pouch, which I found really, really good. So in there I have my iPhone cable. I have a USB, like a micro USB cable. I have one plug, which I was actually, well, obviously I wasn't going to take this one. This is a UK one. I was going to use an Anker double port with quick charge. Then I have my Nightcore headlamp. Some headphones. And then my Garmin InReach Mini, which I would have carried in the actual shoulder strap. So that's for the electricals. Then I'll move on to hygiene. So in there I have some of that stuff is not part of my base weight, obviously, because that's consumables. So in there I have sun lotion, contact lenses box, and the contact lenses solution. I have Dr. Bronner's a little sort of soap, which you wash clothes, wash myself if needed. A tiny razor. I was kind of debating whether or not to take this. I'm still unsure. Some antibacterial gel. My moon cap. It would be full normally, obviously, but this is for, I have a skin condition, so this is just the lotion for my skin condition, which I was planning on replenishing. Actually, the resupply strategy for that was going to be a real pain. Some lip balm, and the last two things are some Body Glide, and also, that shouldn't really be in here, I keep that sort of more at reach. That's a tiny little Swiss knife. I mean, it's not to defend myself, it's just sometimes you can't open something, or you just need scissors, and that has scissors as well. It's really, really light. Oh, and I would have also taken some mosquito repellent for Oregon. Then in terms of clothes, so first of all, let me show you the clothes I would have worn every day. So obviously underwear, I leave it to you to choose your own underwear. So the sports bra, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna talk about this a little bit because some women might be watching this, and some women with bigger boobs, and actually it's so hard to find a good sports bra that doesn't give you the mono boob or just doesn't have any support. So I wear one from Bravissimo, and I think it's called the Inspire sports bra. Anyway, it's never failed me and it's great. So I really recommend that. Then I was just gonna have a white shirt, short white shirt. There's loads of stuff that's been said about whether you should wear technical fabric, like the moisture wicking stuff, or how cotton performs on trail, and actually on something like the PCT, certainly for the desert and on most here where it doesn't rain so much, you're kind of okay with cotton. Lots of people do wear cotton or even synthetic I think Washington is a bit trickier for that. Then some cycling shorts. So those are by Girlfriend and they're great. So if you're looking for some ethically made leggings or cycling shorts that you can wear on trail or while exercising, then I recommend Girlfriend. For socks, I went for Injinji ankle socks, and they're the ones with the little toes. And I was gonna have 2 pairs of these. And for my shoes, these are old pairs, but that's my Lone Peak 4.0, and they're pretty, now they're just kind of dead because I use them on the GR10 and other trails. So now just continuing into my pack with the clothes that I would have packed. So another pair of socks. This one is merino socks from Isoba. I think they're a UK brand, and those were my sleeping socks, so always clean, always dry. That's the idea anyway. Then some leggings. This is a top which is actually a sort of moisture wicking top, but I was going to use that for sleeping and alternatively wear on trail if it got really cold. In San Diego I also had waiting for me Frog Togs ultralight rain jacket and Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex jacket, which is my sort of insulated jacket, and it's synthetic rather than down. I wanted something that would resist the rain a bit better and that I could take back to Scotland. Oh yeah, and for shoes I was also going to pick up some Bedrock sandals to alternate with my Lone Peak and have something more open in case I got blisters or just, felt like letting my feet breathe a bit more. Let me see. Oh, some waterproof trousers. And also this head net. It's a Sea to Summit head net. It weighs almost nothing. And I was also going to use it as a pillow at night and just stuff a few clothes in there to sleep more comfortably. I used to use an inflatable pillow, but I've actually found that it just doesn't really work out. I think the air thing makes me go all over the place, and that's the same thing for the inflatable mattress. I used to have a Thermarest Neo Air and I would just slide off it all the time. So now I don't go for inflatable stuff anymore. My tent is the Go Summer Gear, the one. And then I'm just finishing with the quilt. I think it is one of my favorite pieces of gear, if not the favorite one. It's by Katabatic Gear. It's the Alsec quilt. I think it goes down to -5 as the comfort rating, and the ratings are really conservative. So, I've always been toasty in it, and it's just amazing. I also want to go over the gear for the Sierras. So I had some Catula microspikes. Yeah. The Petzl Glacier ice axe. Most people get the Camp Corsa, and I wanted something a bit more durable that I could take to Scotland once I got more confident with my winter skills. And I was gonna forget as well the hat. So this is just a sun hat by Decathlon, and I prefer this compared to a cap because it also covers the back of your head, and I think it looks better on me anyway. Oh yes, I did have once questions about stuff sacks, and do I put my stuff in stuff sacks, and if not, what do I use instead? So I don't use stuff sacks apart from for my tent, which comes in one. But for the rest, I just put a heavy duty bin bag or trash compactor bag if you're in the US into my pack, and that just provides a sort of a waterproof layer for everything. And I also found that when stuff isn't in stuff sacks, it doesn't have the restriction of the shape, so everything just falls into place a bit better, and you waste less space inside your pack. So again, I hope this was useful. Ask questions all you want, and I'll try my best to respond to them. And please take care during this really weird period. I know I'm missing being on trail so much, and lots of people have also been asking when I think I might be actually heading onto the PCT. The answer to this is I don't know. Of course, next year is when I want to be back there, but I don't know if that'll be possible. So for now, I'm trying to take it one day at a time and think about some hikes that can be done a bit closer to home. So with that, I hope you will have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!